Hey guys, it's Ashley with 3R Sales and Service. We are taking a look at our 4x4 Falcon skid assembly today. So we have the original system already on our website, but this is a modified version of that. So this has the upgraded electric hose reels. And then we also modified a little bit on top here to keep the height down a little bit more for van installation. So if you have a standard height van, like a Chevy 250 that doesn't have the high top on it, this fits in there a lot nicer. It has about a 48-inch height on it, so that it can fit into those areas a lot better, and you can still remove caps and whatnot. But what we did was we made everything completely transferable into your SH tank. So with the soft wash system, you can use the metering valves in order to apply your solution, but you can also use your soft wash pump and everything to transfer fluid into your tank without having to use a dipstick inside this tank here. The dipstick that comes with it off to the side over there is what you will drop down into your fluid and then quick connect right here whenever you're ready to transfer into your tank. So whenever you get this assembly, we always go through and do training. We give you instructions on how to use it. If you're picking it up on site, we actually fire it up and everything with you, so you're super comfortable with how to use these before you leave. But that being said, I'll just go ahead and go around the whole system in case you've never seen our Falcon package before. So this one is set up with a 3000 PSI, 5 gallon a minute cold water pressure washer, has the Honda GX 390 engine and the big T-Series general pump on there. So it's a big heavy duty belt driven pump. These all have external unloader valves, which are just a heavier duty option. You don't really want anything that's built directly into the brass head of the pump because it's not quite as heavy duty and it's harder to rebuild down the road. We've got all of our quick connect nozzles just off here to the side. And then down below we have our bleeder valve. And this is what gets all of the air out of your water line between the tank and the pressure washer. And it also primes your pump. It gets water through the head of that pump, so you have nice, easy startups. If you've ever tried to start up your pressure washer and the engine runs, but it doesn't pump any water, it's because you're not getting that air out of that pump or out of that line, or you're not getting fluid in through the pump before you start it. So moving around, we have our two 12-volt electric hose reels. So when we say electric hose reels, these are electric rewind. You press this button and it winds up your hose for you, and it goes very quickly. So it's a nice option. We've got the quick connects on here to keep all of your hoses in place. The motors are just off to the side. You'll see the swivels over here as well. And everything on this skid, since we're shipping it, fits perfectly within the 48-inch frame. So we have to worry less about anything getting damaged when it's shipped, or if you only have a 48-inch opening, that it will slide in that opening as well. Down here we have the on the high pressure reel, we've got the soap injector connected, and then we've got our drop-in hose that you can put into a different soap tank, or you can flip this valve here and actually pull from your bleach tank as well. So you can pull a couple different solutions through there. Behind here, everything's all zip tied together because we're getting ready to ship this out. We have our tank drain. So there's a 3/4 inch tank drain that comes right out down here, and then it's got a bottle valve on the end so that you can control the water flow. And it comes with, I think it's got like a 6-foot section hose on there so that it has enough room to go out through the rear of your van or the side of your van, or you can just direct it wherever you need it to go. Now typically we have the filter and float valve on top of the tank, so now we have it entering from the side of the tank, and like I said, that just keeps the height a little bit lower. And then you can just quickly take this off, change out or clean out your filter, put everything back together, and the float valve is just in on the opposite side of this wall here. This is our 55-gallon water tank. This is our 55-gallon bleach tank. And then down below we've got our 7-gallon surfactant tank. So your proportioning system on the soft wash is pulling from all 3 of these tanks at the same time. All of the hoses that we have up here, this is our cool bypass hose. So whenever you let off the trigger on your pressure washer, it completely goes into bypass mode, which means it's recirculating from your water tank to your pump, just kind of keeping that pump nice and cool so it doesn't overheat. On the bleach tank, we've got one line that is transferring fluid in. We've got one line that pulls the fluid out through your soft wash system. And then we've also got another line that is a vent for this tank, so that if the customer wants to they can drill a hole through their floor, through the wall or something like that. They can vent this bleach tank so they don't get fumes inside their van. And then the line that's coming from the surfactant tank is simply just going right to the proportioner manifold for the soft wash system. The soft wash system already has the charger included on it, and then you just plug that in. I think there's this little 115 volt plug right down here that we've already got zip tied in place. You'll just plug that in order to charge it before you use it. It does not take very long to charge. And then we've got the battery for that system right here as well. The metering valves, you might have to come a little bit closer, sorry. The metering valves here, we have our water, our surfactant, and our chemical, which is the bleach. And you just change these. All of these bleach valves are assuming that you're using like a 12.5% concentrate, so the numbers on here will reflect what concentrate you're actually applying. The pump that we're using is the Remco Fat Boy. It's a 100 psi, 7 gallon per minute. We've got the Remco accumulator in there just to help regulate the flow. And then again, we've got the other miscellaneous pieces and valves on there so that this can also be used as a transfer pump, and it can also be used to flush out the bleach from your system and flush it through the bleach valve as well. So try to make it as compact as possible. We try to make it as efficient as we can, because we know that when these go in vans, they are a little bit more difficult to access. So we want everything to be as accessible as possible, but also still on that 4x4 frame. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to us. You can take a look at our website. It's www.3rpressurewashers.com. The information for this will be in the link on the product page, which should be down in the description below. Thanks.